Can I have the recipe? No, no. Stay down there. You make mean comments. Because you're lonely. Hello you dirty potters, how are you today? So this is going to be a simple unboxing video, and long story short, every now and then someone sends me a package in the mail. Let it be glaze, or some materials, or something they can't even use. Sometimes I get lusters, or my favorite thing is F4 Kona Feldspar, because I need that shit. If you don't know the story on F4 Kona Feldspar yet, I'll tell you later, but long story short, I can't get it anymore. I need way more of it. But a supporter of mine named Jano, who lives very, very far away, sent me one of his favorite glazes as a reward for accepting his challenge for one of the challenge mode videos I did of making something that he made. Now when I finished that challenge, he decided to send me some of his glaze, and he told me there's some other stuff in here as well. So we're gonna unbox this today, and I want to see what's in here. You know, the really messed up thing about a potter's knife is they don't actually cut technically. I got this, don't worry. Please don't be anthrax. Please don't be anthrax. Oh, there it goes, there it goes. Mom, look, I'm doing it. Oh, okay, that's cool. So you know what's underneath the very first package of wrapping? More wrapping. Okay, I got the second layer of wrapping off, and surprise, surprise. I mean, good job for wrapping the hell out of this thing so it doesn't get damaged, but also, Jesus, dude. I swear to God, if I open this and there's another box in here with more wrapping, I'll be so angry. I called that one. I said it was gonna happen, and it happened. I said exactly what was gonna happen before it happened. Oh look, he sent me a little note. There's a little note in here. That's nice of him. I only hope that if you use this glaze, you send the effects, because I'm curious as hell. I hope I didn't forget anything. Sincerely, Jan. Or, aka, Jano! And then he also sent me a postcard that says, Dear Dante, greetings from... Oh crap, I can't read that. I can't read in the first place. How did I read the first note? But if you can pronounce that, in the comments below, please tell me how to actually pronounce that. It is the capital of Poland. And then it has a little thing. Oh, there it is. Warsaw. Yeah. I just couldn't. Is that what it says? Warsaw. Yep, Warsaw. Thank you, Jano. I'm actually gonna keep this. Thank you for sending me this. If people keep on sending me stuff like this, I'm gonna have to make a P.O. box so that you guys can send me whatever you want, because there's a lot of people who are like, I have this really old glaze that I just don't use anymore, or I have F4 Kona Feldspar in my garage that I'm just never going to sell or use. Can I just give it to you because I enjoy your channel? And I'm going to have to start doing that, I think. Is there anything else in here? Did he send any nudes? Hello? Nudes? Okay, so I have a white bucket here. I know that he sent me glaze, so I'm going to open this, dump it in the bucket, mix it real quick, sieve it, and see how it comes out in a couple weeks whenever I run my glaze kiln. I assume he knows because he's been following my work for quite some time now that I run a cone 5.6 oxidation kiln and a pit fire kiln. I feel like I should open it up above this for obvious reasons. Dante, why don't you get a knife? Shut up, that's why. I'm gonna use potter's tools, because that's how I live and die, by the potter. Imagine sending this big bag of white chemical through the mail, and he's like, oh yeah, I want to send this to America, and they were like, what is it? And he's like, it's just glaze, pottery glaze, and he's like, yeah, sure it is, buddy, sure it is. Okay, I'm just gonna open this and sieve it right in here as it is. See, I wish I could fit this inside of a smaller container, so I don't waste so much space, but this is just enough to where it won't fit in a mason jar, and it's just not enough to where it fits a little too well inside one of these big ones here. So this is already pre-mixed, which is awesome. I just gotta add water and mix it now. The water has been added off screen. That's right, it's nice and mixed, just like me. Look at all that sludge at the bottom. Oh, it's gonna be a good glaze. It's gonna be a real good glaze. Get in there, you dirty potter! I can say that I've only left it alone for about 5 minutes and it's already starting to make panning at the bottom of this. So this is some really dense stuff at the bottom, which means every time I use this I'm gonna have to mix it really well, which is fine. It's not a bad thing. It's just there's some chemical in here that's really heavy. And of course we're going to test this on a bunch of my glazes, right? So this right here is the porcelain test style. This right here is the stoneware test style. That's 2 layers of the glaze that he sent me. And that's 1 layer of my clear on top of it. So 2 layers of this, 1 of this. Okay, so the entirety of this up here is all my glazes. This is me testing my Ron Roy's High Gloss Black with my clears and my blacks, my red and my blacks, all that kind of stuff. Everything above this line right here is all just for me. Anything below this right here is all of Jano's stuff. So this is like Jano's in my clear, Jano's in my black, Jano's in some other stuff, and then we got a tester glaze down here just to see what it does, see if I can make a new glaze. These 2 right here are a combination I've never put together before, so we're going to have these inside the kiln for a good 14 hours or so. As long as I keep this chart right here in this order, in this specific way, I know exactly what's going to happen. Okay, the kiln's on high, buttons pushed in, you can definitely hear it going, and we're going to check back in like 2 days, because this thing takes for flipping ever, and we're going to see how those test styles came out.
Day 2.
Okay, well, it's morning time now, and I'm pretty sure that the glazes are ready, and I'm really excited to see Jano's glaze. So let's go ahead and open that up. Opening time. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, okay, that ain't too bad. Let's take these out one at a time and see how they go. So let's read this list off so you guys can know what's actually going to be next to them. The first one is that tomato red I've been experimenting with, but instead of bone ash, I'm using dense soda along with it, so it's really like at 107%, because I messed up on it. I accidentally added dense soda to it, and so I just re-added the bone ash and trying to see what it does. So unfortunately for me, that dense soda has been messing up really badly. I got Ron Roy's High Gloss Black, of course, testing as a regular on porcelain and stoneware and redstone. I have Ron Roy's High Gloss Black with clear on top of it. I have clear with Ron Roy's High Gloss Black on top of it. And then I have clear with the tomato red from up here on top of that. This one here is Jano's glaze at the very, very top. And then I got Jano's glaze with clear on top. And of course, all the glazes on the left-hand side are double layered and then 1 layer on top. So everything that you see is going to be dipped twice and then once with a different glaze. Got Jano's glaze with clear on top 1 time. And then all of this is all double Jano's glaze. And this has the red on top. This has the black on top. Right? So that's all what we're testing right there. It's about 3 or 4 different combos. And then of course I have an experiment with my Celsor red, and I tested it without the red. So I made Celsor, right, straight with no cracks in it. It's basically, I'm pretty sure it's made by Miss Celsor in the first place, again, just like Celsor Oribe, except for this version has silicon carbide in it, which makes localized carbon trapping, which sometimes makes it red. So this one is without silicon carbide, this one is with it, and this one is with about 2% black mason stain, just to see how it goes. I mean, if it turns out anything like me, you can put as much black in it as you want, and it'll just, it'll come out clear anyway. So these are the 3 test tiles for the tomato red with the dense soda ash. These are awful. These are horrible. I hate these. So here is the dense soda ash tomato red on porcelain, and here it is on redstone. They are both awful. I hate them both. They're both pretty much brown, and I'm going to write in my notes that I hate these. This was actually a mistake experiment. I just needed to see what happened just in case. So look, you can even see a little bit of pitting on the redstone, or crawling at least, and then this one turned out fine. I just still hate it. And then of course we have Ron Roy's High Gloss Black on porcelain. I really like this because this is majoritively made of red iron oxide and cobalt carbonate, which is basically red and blue mixed together. There's no such thing as black inside of any color spectrum in the world. It's fake. It's a fake color. In color theory anyway. The real thing is that it's a bunch of different colors mixed together to make the illusion of black. I'm sure people down below in the comment section will know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, the human eye just perceives black. Black's not real. This is it on porcelain, and I love it so much. This pretty much came out how I expected. This is a new porcelain that I've been using, so of course it's not going to come out completely black, but I will admit it was watered down a little bit, so the color around it is mostly what I'm aiming for. The color in the middle is just a bonus. It's like black plus a little bit of green blue. And here it is on the red test style. Of course it came out exactly how it should. I know it looks brown because there's an adjacent color that's also brown, but it came out really well actually. Okay, now we're getting to the good stuff. Here is the black with the clear on top of it. I'm extremely happy with this, and I'm going to note this down as soon as I'm done with this video. I am extremely happy. This is the black on the bottom and the clear on the top, of course. 2 layers dip and then 1 on top. Ron Roy's High Gloss Black. By the way, you guys have the clear recipe that I gave you from one of the last glaze recipe videos. Somewhere in my video files inside the glaze section, I gave you this recipe. So you guys should have this combo. If you really like this, you guys should know how to make this. I put you right there. You get the fuck out of here. You're not part of the family. I'm sorry. I love you. You can stay. This one, however, is exactly the opposite. So this is clear with the black on top of it, and this is it on stoneware. It came out some kind of creamy Shino kind of looking glaze, and I don't hate it. I don't mind it at all. It just didn't come out. I like how it breaks white on the edges. That's kind of my goal right now, so I'm going to write this down as well. I really, really like this. This isn't bad at all. This is black on top of the clear. Now this right here, this is what I've been looking for. You see those cracks in there? It's because the glaze doesn't really like each other. This is my clear on the bottom of my tomato red, the glaze that I messed up with. I'm going to have a lot of fun using the rest of this glaze, because of course I'm not just going to waste glaze. These two right here are the result of a messed up combination glaze, and there's hardly any real metals inside this glaze. There's a lot of red iron oxide, but that's really not too bad. I am extremely happy with this creamy kind of Shino color that I got inside the kiln. It almost looks like a reduction color. This is it on stoneware, and this is it on porcelain. I'm extremely happy with this. I'll give anybody the recipe to that tomato red that you want, because I messed up on it. It's not a real glaze, and I'm probably never going to make it again. Okay, this card is done. Those were all my little experiments right there. Now we're on to Jano's glaze. These three right here are Jano's glaze straight. So we got porcelain, stoneware, and redstone. Redstone literally just put a coat of silica at the top. It barely did anything. We're just going to put this right down. Over here, it kind of made this light bluish color. I don't hate it. It's not bad, it's not good, but it definitely wasn't as thick as I thought it was. Maybe I need to put it on a little bit thicker, who knows? I need to take some water out of it. This is Jano's glaze with my clear on top of it, and I like this a lot. It looks like a floating blue, kinda. I have a glaze that's just like this, but it's nice to know that a combination of his blue, I thought his glaze was gonna be green, honestly, but it came out this bluish color. So I'm fine with it. I'm happy to get any glaze I can, to be honest with you. So thank you. It came out this kind of bluish color. I was under the impression that it was green, but I guess this bluish color kind of produces as well. I think there's some cobalt in there, but mostly copper. This is the tomato red with his glaze on top of it, and you guys know how I feel about browns, right? So fuck this color. Oh, you guys don't get to stand up. You get to lay down. Sit down. Sit down. Stay humble. Sit down. This is Jano's glaze with my Ron Roy's High Gloss Black on top. I will admit, I think I chose really powerful glazes to go on top of a glaze that was so light, right? But this is it on the brown test out. Pretty much turned out like Ron Roy's High Gloss Black. Bonus round! This is my Celsor Red, but without the red component, so it's really just Celsor Oribe. The problem with it is that it always makes cracks, and I usually gotta change the clay body if I want it to be food safe. But I honestly don't mind the cracks. I put them on the outside of stuff, and they turn out good anyway. That way you get the aesthetic of the green, but without the non-food safety of the giant macro cracks. This is what I was talking about. This is my Celsor, but with silicon carbide. Those little bits of red right there, that usually wouldn't be possible inside of an oxidation kiln, and you can even see where it's thin. Right there, it starts to make red, so I think I might put it on a little bit thinner next time. But this is the point of using silicon carbide inside of my clear-based recipes. It's to get that little bit of red, and if I put it on really thin or really thick, sometimes I get this complete red. I almost never get all the way red, but sometimes it turns majoritively red. Can I have the recipe? No, stay down there. You make mean comments, because you're lonely. I have a bonus glaze here in my hand, but it came out extremely well, to the point where I need to document it and revise it, because I don't want to show it to you guys in its incomplete form, because I want you guys to see the real product. I've been looking for this glaze for a very long time, and now that I found it, I really want to master it before I show it to you guys and give you guys the recipe, so I'm going to put it over here. Well, thank you guys very much for showing up. That was just a little bit of what people send me in the mail sometimes. Jano, thank you so much for the glaze. I'm going to use it. Of course, I'm going to thicken it up, simply because I think that I used it a little bit too thin, but I do really appreciate it, and it turns out somebody is sending me a camera fairly soon. I put on my Facebook fan page that I really need another camera, and somebody was like, I basically have that camera. They asked to be anonymous. They asked for no shout outs. They didn't want any compensation. I'm gonna send you something anyway. I'm gonna send you, I don't care what you, but this one's really just a filler episode, simply because I want to be able to retape all my other episodes and do the Q&A. Like, I've already done the Q&A video, but I want to redo them simply because it'll have much better video quality than my phone. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see any of my artwork, the links are down below. My Instagram, my Facebook fan page. If you guys want to talk to me or message me, have any questions. As well as thank you to the newest patrons this month. We have Casey Taylor, and we also have Alex Abrero. I fucked up your name, I'm sorry, but you know who you are. But thank you guys very much, and I will see you Dirty Potters next week. That's not my hand. Congratulations, you stayed till after the credits. Bonus round. Tenmoku Gold with clear on top, White Lotus mugs. How are you? Mwah. Congratulations. And here's the last of the bowls. This is the same exact bowl as the one you saw over there, but this one doesn't have a crack in it. I might send this one off to a patron, see how that goes, but the swirl and the clear, again, came out really, really nice. There's no cracks in it. But again, I put Jano's Glaze in the middle of this, so this one's quite good. Jano's Glaze doesn't do too bad on top of my clear, but on a test out, it doesn't look great, which is messed up, because usually you use a test out to see how a glaze would turn out on a product, and I jumped the gun and used it on a product beforehand. So this should have turned out worse than this, but that didn't happen.